Welcome. Got another good video for you today. It's a Biden supporter showing just exactly what I'm always trying to point out, and that's just the refusal to listen to anything or even talk about facts for that matter, but to just throw the responsibility somewhere else, just not on Biden and never on Biden.
I mean, look, Joe Biden killed the economy, and we've all witnessed the murder, right? We know what he's been up to.
It's been like this too long, where people who support the left just refuse to listen to facts, and we got to start paying attention to what really works for us and what doesn't work for us as Americans and as human beings for that matter. We're the oldest we've ever been in human history. I mean, really, we're 2022 years old plus. So why are we not smarter than we used to be 1,000 years ago? We still censor things the way we used to. We still get mad at people the way we used to. We need to open up our minds a little bit to this idea that just because you voted for this one guy doesn't mean that that one guy does all good and he's all knowing, all powerful, and he can do no wrong. Let's roll into it.
Are you happy with Joe Biden so far?
Of course, it's better than what we had.
Yeah. I've noticed the inflation has been hurting a lot of Americans.
That's not his fault.
The gas prices,
That's not his fault.
the war in Russia.
That's not his fault.
Facts that contradict a stupid person's prejudgment simply need not be believed, and when they are irrefutable, they are just pushed aside as inconsequential, as incidental.
The school shootings,
That's not his
the
fault.
crime rate,
Who are you blaming?
the border crisis. I'm just saying, when you look at the 4 years under Trump versus the 2 years under Biden,
This is just a blatant refusal to look at any evidence that actually exists. And if we as human beings want to actually get better, create this equality, create these, this amazing world that we're talking about and that liberals want, then you have to look at the facts that are actually happening. And Joe is responsible for a lot of those things. The economy was way better, even with COVID, when Donald Trump was in office.
How dare you!
A lot of the decisions to just spend money on all kinds of stuff wasn't as beneficial as people think it was. Especially people who have money, retired people, that they think that a lot of government decisions actually make it to the bottom and really do help people, but that's not always the case.
it seems a big difference in those five crises.
You gotta dig deeper.
I want to dig deeper. That's what I
dig
just.
deeper, then you don't know this is.
The root of the problem was not malice, but stupidity.
You have the older man who immediately just rejects. So I wonder if he knows some facts and he's like, nope, we got to go away because this man will be right and we don't want to look stupid on a camera. And the older lady thinks that she actually knows some facts that counter the real world facts that aren't in her favor.
It becomes apparent that every strong upsurge of power, be it of a political or religious nature, infects a large part of humankind with stupidity, almost as if this is a sociological, psychological law where the power of the one needs the stupidity of the other.
School shootings happen under every president, not so much under Republican presidents, I'll give you that, but it does happen under presidents, and so you can't necessarily blame that one. But there's other things definitely that Biden is responsible for that can't be ignored, and unfortunately people are just ignoring it.
Against stupidity, we are defenseless. Neither protests nor the use of force accomplish anything here. Reasons fall on deaf ears.
Human beings are just ignoring facts while then claiming that we need to remember our past so that we're not doomed to repeat it. And you have people who don't obviously know the past. They're not clear as to what really happened because we're not in better shape. Things aren't better under Biden, but she wants to dig deeper and he wants to run away, which is sad.
He is under a spell, blinded, misused, and is abused in his very being.
Democrats in general don't actually have this fight. They always run off like this, or they get mad about stuff, and it's just an emotionally driven argument.
The stupid person is self-satisfied and, being easily irritated, becomes dangerous by going on the attack.
I'm registered independent, by the way, so I'm in the middle.
But you gotta vote for somebody. Talking to a Trump shirt.
Right, I'm independent registered. No, I'm just independent. I'm just looking at it from the unbiased lens.
The fact that the stupid person is often stubborn must not blind us from the fact that he is not independent. In conversation with him, one virtually feels that one is dealing not at all with him as a person, but with slogans, catchwords, and the like that have taken possession of him.
This is a very scary fear that's been driven into Democrats, is this idea that you should just fear anybody who doesn't like all the things that Biden has done. No president does all things right. Donald Trump did a lot of things wrong. He was good economically. He was good with some, political policies, but he wasn't a good person.
And I think if you're going to converse with people, if you're actually going to have a reasonable conversation with them, I think it has to be about the facts.
But he was good with some other things. For you to not admit the fact that Joe Biden has done a horrible job is to show that you're completely oblivious to what is going on, and then you're just blaming Trump. You're blaming Trump for things that aren't Trump's fault.
The impression one gains is not so much that stupidity is a congenital defect, but that under certain circumstances, people are made stupid, or rather, they allow this to happen to them.
This is the blindness of a lot of our sheeple, that they're just saying things and then calling people Trumpsters. Meanwhile, this guy's an independent, really trying to ask questions, and we really are trying to find out what's going on in our world, and we have a stonewalling going on from people who vote Democrat, who refuse to work with anybody else in the rest of the world.
Think of it this way. If you are a sheep, then what will seem good to you as a sheep? Being able to graze peacefully, sticking close together with others just like you, being part of the herd, and not straying off.
Anybody who doesn't support Democrat, automatically it's this stonewalling. That is not going to be good. That is showing people who support Democrat to be a virus to the rest of us.
Stupidity is, in essence, not an intellectual defect, but a moral one.
Really, a virus to an actual conversation that could better the human species, and especially America.
In order to know you don't know anything, you gotta have to know something.
Thanks for hitting that like and subscribe button. Thanks to my subscribers. Thanks for watching. Later.